Welcome to a Tin Dog. Welcome to another Tin Dog podcast. This time talking about Diary of River Song. I think it might be volume 8. I know. You know what? We've been hanging around for a long time. They're no longer numbered, by the way. If you go on and you have a look, what you'll do is you'll discover that in fact it's now called, Recruit. New Recruit? Yeah. This is a 4-story box set. Big Finish is hanging around the 4-story box sets quite a lot these days, apart from David Tennant, where of course you get a 3-story box set. One needs to make the star work, but not that hard. And you know what? This is one, arguably, of my favourite River Song box sets. They've all been tremendously strong, so much more enjoyable than you originally imagine, which is probably damning with faint praise. Seriously, this is brilliant. Now, it's mainly because I absolutely love the Third Doctor's time. I can't say highly enough how truly great the Third Doctor's time is. Because although I'm biologically a Fourth Doctor kind of a person, I was born during the Silurians. Well, the Sea Devils. Yeah, Sea Devils. And you know what? I've always had a soft spot. And when I discovered John Pertwee's Doctor on VHS, he rapidly became one of my favourites. And I am really enjoying Tim Trelaw's time. But it's Daisy Ashford who's at the complete core of this box set. Her and John Coulshaw managed to do Liz and Brig so much more than just justice. They bring those characters to life in an almost magical way. You forget that the original people portraying these roles are not present almost immediately. And then you're just left with something magical as far as I'm concerned. Truly, truly magical. You've got 4 stories. The Blood in the Woods, which is 9.1. So in fact, it's not the 8th box set. It's number 9, obviously. What a fool. The Blood Woods by the Lizbeth Myles. No longer writing under L.M. Myles. Oh no, this is the Liz from the Verity podcast. So obviously, fellow podcasters unite. But I just do need to say this is still a cracking story. Here's the synopsis. With the Doctor indisposed, Liz has a little put out to find the Brigadier has brought in another scientific advisor to take his place. But when Liz and River investigate otherworldly goings-on in an English village, they soon find themselves relying on each other to survive. You've got the Brig in his first season role. You've got Liz, who was, let's face it, the unit's scientific advisor long before the Doctor turned up. Minutes before the Doctor turned up. And then River's just been recommended by the Doctor. It just works. You think because she's the modern TV series character, she's not going to work in that 70s setting. Trust me, that is so wrong. Liz manages to capture the moment perfectly. It's as if this is truly being recreated by some magical method, and it's a TV episode. Now, obviously I'm going to go on and on about how great this is, but let's face it, at the very end, all you're left wanting is a Liz box set. More importantly, what you actually want is old Liz meeting up with River. And then you think, oh no, what I really want is Liz and then Sarah Jane Smith and maybe it's Ace and Tegan all meeting up with River Song. Old versions of themselves, everyone who's on Earth, all meeting up. And then you think, oh, maybe I should write this. And then you think, calm down and just do a podcast. So that's what I'm doing. Story number 2, Terror of the Suburbs by James Kettle. Now, in a box set of 4, 3 of these stories have been written by female writers. Big Finish is definitely pushing the female envelope, and I'm so pleased because let's face it, you can write women if you're a man. And you can write men if you're a woman, but you can do a superb job of writing a woman if you're a woman. And that's what we kind of need here, especially here, because River and Liz are brilliant women, and they are just so shiny here. Liz has moved house It seems she's found a suburban utopia until River Song arrives. There is more to the suburbs than manicured lawns and endless soirees. Dangerous creatures prowl the hedgerows and something lurks in the freezers. Now, this does have a whole good life vibe going on, which is very 70s, and it just works. The suburbs are a terrifying place at the best of times, but here you've got something nasty going on, really quite nasty. And it works. And you know what? These stories work so well without the Third Doctor. You know that he's sort of an overarching presence, that he isn't around, but it does work. Story number 3, Never Alone, by Helen Goldwyn. River believes Intertraxia is ahead of its time, but it's already shipping innovations and entertainment and computing around the world. When a dead man is found with alien technological implants, UNIT investigates. Liz and River are about to discover that these are connected to networks. You're never alone. You know what? These work. This does have a whole Cyberman kind of feel to it. But you can let that one go. Because let's face it, we never really got a Third Doctor in the Cyberman story. So things that have got connections with technology, invasive stuff, and because of our location in history now, we can have flashbacks to, this technology's coming. What does it look like? Well, it's a Walkman. What about this one? Well, it's a mobile phone. And of course, they're of the future. And that works because of our location and where we are. I've just made it sound quite dull. It's not. It's a cracking adventure yarn. It really is. Which brings us to the end of the box set with the Rivers of Light. See, Rivers of Light, did you get that? By Lisa McMullen. In a Yorkshire mining town, strange temporal disruptions and rivers of light crossing forests are enough to get the Brigadier's attention, and UNIT is mobilised. But the Doctor is back, and he wants to know who's been messing around with his laboratory. River's reasons for being on Earth are about to be revealed. I love the way that River reacts to the Third Doctor and how they react together. Tim's performance as the Third Doctor, as always, superb. And I don't want to say any more. Yes, unit dating is, of course, dealt with here. It couldn't not be. Seriously, it couldn't be. But that's fine. What we're dealing with here is the miners' strikes, or not. We're dealing with all sorts of things of the 70s. And that works. You've heard the synopsis, and I don't want to give away any more spoilers. What I do want to say is, if you've just considered this box set or this range, jump in now, and you will go back and get the rest. Because River Song, well, she's just great. And Liz always was great. Here's the trailer and decide for yourself.
Big Finish Productions,
Until next time.
The Diary of River Song, New Recruit.
I know what you're going to say.
Really?
She is highly qualified and comes with excellent references.
Who recommended her?
The Doctor.
What harm am I doing?
Trespassing and disturbing the dead.
River!
Don't worry. I'll give it a friendly little zap.
Digging?
That's the least archaeological digging I've seen since my husband took a forklift to the ruins of Troy.
Oh, nothing to worry about.
Do I know you?
Yes. Oh, but don't worry. It'll come back in time. I'm Dr. River Song, and I'm moving in with you, Miss Shaw. That was outside. Quickly.
You could just buzz off.
Hold on.
I won't leave me alone.
Always good to find new uses for the old trowel.
Oi, you can't go down there, it's dangerous.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I mean it. It could be deadly down there.
Move.
It's no good. I can't shift them either.
Oh, sometimes it's best to admit defeat.
Well, I never do. Not underground. The location identifier on the vortex manipulator isn't accurate enough.
I told you, shoddy and slapdash. We might materialize inside the wall of the mine. It would be instant death. Come on.
Big Finish. We love stories.
Are you wearing pajamas?
Yes. Would you rather I wasn't?